Hey, I'm Gareth Pronovost, and I'm going to be your technology guide on behalf of the Wealth Advisor. Today I'm going to be walking you through the America's Best TAMPs digital dashboard. First off, what is a TAMP? Well, TAMP, or Turnkey Asset Management Program, is a solution provider that financial advisors can use to help provide better returns for their clients' investments. America's Best TAMPs presents 30 providers who represent $2 trillion in managed assets offered by firms like Envestnet, AssetMark, SEIs, and others. Now, this is our first year to provide a full digital experience using Airtable technology. This allows you, the financial advisors, to dive deep into any one provider, gain up-to-date content solutions posted in this dashboard almost daily to help you to choose the best solution provider for your clients' needs. Please note that I'll be using a desktop for this presentation, and many of the features, while they're available on the mobile device, are best viewed from a desktop. So to make sure that you get full access to the features that I'm showing here, please do bring this up on a desktop or laptop computer. Now I'll first draw your attention to the PDF booklet made available by the Wealth Advisor. In order to access this, you can click this banner up at the top, and this will open in a new window for us, the America's Best TAMPs booklet. This booklet has 76 different pages, and by going just to page 2, you can check out the table of contents. There are lots of different articles that you might find fascinating, like the TAMP Advantage, page 10, Origins of Outsourced Edge, page 14, and you can also check out Join the FinTech Revolution, page 17. Flip through this book and all your questions can be answered in here. And additionally, when you start looking at the different TAMP profiles, let's pick one, for example, Adhesion, page 45. I can come down here and scroll quickly to page 45 just by clicking over. And now that I'm here, I get a nice breakdown about this particular TAMP. So a blurb here about what the company's mission is, who the business contact is, the brand of the program, etc. So all of the information for each of the different TAMP providers here is available inside of this booklet. And I'd like to point out that this booklet is printer friendly. So if you want a hard copy of anything, the best place to do it is from here. You can print directly from this window by clicking the print icon, and this will then load up a version of this for you to print. You can print the whole thing or just specific pages. Now let's take a look at the Airtable database that's made available for us here. Now the advantage to this database is, unlike the PDF, the data in this database is updated regularly. So as new information is made available, it's instantly reflected here in the database. Let's take a look at the different things made available to you to search and navigate your journey here. Each column is going to represent a type of data that lives in here. So here we have the company name. This resources tab or column is going to showcase the particular one page from the PDF. So if you rather not go into the PDF and find all of the details on each of these, you can just open up this one page and see that right from the database. You also get a vision of the logo of the company here, their About section, and the business contact. Now, if you're ready to reach out to one of the providers here, you can do so by clicking on the Send Message button. I'd strongly recommend doing this over reaching out directly to the contact. By clicking on Send Message, you're going to be given a second window here where you can fill out a form that's going to go directly to the decision makers over at this particular company. So by filling this out, you're giving them specific information so that they can get their best and brightest in order to answer any questions that you might have. Fill out this form as instructed, submit this, and that information will go directly to them, and you'll hear from them shortly. You can also use this button here to visit the LinkedIn page of any of these companies. So in this particular case, I'm on the Adhesion Wealth. And if I were to click View LinkedIn in a separate window, it's going to open up a LinkedIn for Adhesion Wealth. This is a great way for you to do a little bit of research on these companies, get a better understanding of their mission statement, and find the right fit for you. There are a lot of different ways that we can filter through these different companies. We have a TAMP category, and this is going to tell us if they're a full TAMP or a TAMP strategist. We have a brand of program. We have their type of program, and you can also track here their total assets that they're managing in the program. Over here, going a little bit more to the right, you have the manager's GIPS compliant filter. You can also check to see what types of products they have available. In this case, you can see that this particular example has mutual funds, ETF, model-based, hybrid fixed income, etc. So if you're looking for particular types of products, this is a great filter you might use. Moving on to the next one, we have optimizing for tax and trading efficiency. So this is obviously something you're going to want to look for, making sure that you get all the tax benefits. Sleeve level reporting, available here. So this is going to tell you whether a company makes that offer or not. A little bit more over, we have links to a trust accounting system, whether they do that or not. From there, generates investment policy statements, either yes, no, or not applicable. Another important one here is strategies. So in strategies, you can look to see what different types of strategies this particular TAMP employs. So in this case, ETF models, strategic models, tactical models, etc. So if there's a particular strategy you're looking for, this is a great thing to narrow down your search. You can also look at client goals. So if your goals tend to be long-term growth or maybe retirement income, find a TAMP that matches your particular goals. Custodian supported is right next to that. Moving on a little bit more, we have marketing support. So what kind of marketing support they offer. And from there, we also have a link to multimedia. So you can see all the different pieces of media that have been produced on this particular client, any news blurbs on them, and then every time they've been featured in TAMP news. You can actually click on these and it's going to open up another record that shows you that news article. So if you're doing some really complete due diligence here, this is a great way for you to see all the different publications that have been written about these different TAMPs. Now, in terms of using the software, at one point, you're probably going to want to streamline your search so that you have a smaller number of TAMPs that fit your exact search criteria. So in order to do that, let's pick some example search criteria and we're going to filter the results. Now I want to draw your attention to the bottom left corner. You'll see that there are 30 different providers made available. And so there are 30 different records at present for us to have to sort through. That's quite a lot. So if we want to streamline our process, we can do so by adding filters to this data. So let's suppose, for example, that we had a goal of retirement income. I could come up to client goals and right-click on this field. I can then add a filter, and I can say that I want client goals to include retirement income. Now when we look at the bottom left corner, you'll see that I've reduced 30 records down to 7. So I've streamlined my search significantly. Let's suppose I wanted to add a second filter that showed that TD Ameritrade was supported. Well, then I would just right-click on that particular column. I can add this filter to my search as well, and I can select any custodians that I want to add to my filter there. Now you see that once I've finished that, I've now reduced this to 5 records. So further reducing the number of TAMPs that I'm viewing at one point in time. Now again, once I'm ready to reach out and contact these TAMPs, I'm going to hit that send message button, fill out the information they need, and my form is going to be sent directly to the decision makers over there and put me in contact with the people I need to talk to. I hope you enjoyed this quick walkthrough, but if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the Wealth Advisor and get them answered.